Good evening, televiewers. You're welcome to another edition of The Point on My Media Prime. And traditionally, as we have been doing this past 2 weeks, we are going to be looking at the place of traditional medicine in the 21st century, part 3 of a series of these programs. And we are going to once again be discussing with our regular host on this program, Dr. Richard FRU, who is one of the household names when we talk of modern traditional medicines, though he's talking of African medicine today. He's in the studio with us. He's going to be telling us some of those hidden truths, some of those virtues, some of those things that we think, because we also think we believe in African medicine. What he is going to be telling us, what he thinks Africa actually needs to know, and what they need to do to ensure that we augment our capacity to treat ourselves and stay in good health. We are once again glad to receive Dr. FRU in our studios. Good evening, Doctor.
Good evening, Mr. Kum. Well, it's always my pleasure to be invited here to come and talk to fellow Africans, people of the world, on the importance of African medicine.
Okay, African medicine. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, I'll start by using a quote. I'm quoting the World Health Organization. One of the surest alternative means to achieve total health care coverage for the world's population is, according to World Health Organization, African medicine or traditional medicine, if you call it that way. Do you also see it as an alternative? The World Health Organization says it is an alternative. Do you also see it as an alternative?
Well, is the way they put it. African medicine or natural medicine or traditional medicine has been the bedrock of all medicines in the universe. African medicine or natural medicine is as old as humanity, so it cannot be an alternative. Instead, it is the orthodox system that is an alternative, because it came after the existence of natural medicine for millions of years. It just came just some few centuries ago. So, you know, the politics of the world, they try to push behind traditional medicine until they are calling it alternative medicine. So traditional medicine is not alternative medicine unless we don't understand what medicine is. Food is medicine and medicine is food. So if World Organization is saying that traditional medicine is an alternative, it means that they want to say the food they eat is an alternative. It means they have a better food that they eat, which is different from a traditional medicine, the traditional food, and so on.
Okay. Because I was going to ask you if we consider that it is an alternative to what? To conventional medicine?
No, it's not an alternative. It is a primary medicine. Traditional medicine is the best medicine for primary health care. It is a primary medicine that we need to go into until all other aspects fail us, depending on who is involved in the practice, before you sort for an alternative treatment that is coming from the orthodox system or from the West. So I believe traditional medicine, following World Health Organization, is supposed to be a research then integrated into the national health system, following the World Health Call for the African ministers or African systems of government. The World Health has been calling on them to see that traditional medicine is developed and integrated into the national health system, so that they work hand in hand with none superior over the other.
Okay. You who is watching us from wherever you are, please, if you have a question for Doctor, please do send me the question, because through the weeks, most of you will send me questions. You call me Doctor, and Doctor is here today. Please, if you have a question for him, just send me the question. I'll ask him so that they can clarify. But let's stay with the question I asked about the World Health Organization. They consider that it is the alternative to what we know today as conventional medicine. But is the World Health Organization at all making such efforts to ensure that if conventional medicine is not there, let the community at least have the alternative, which they describe as the traditional medicine?
Yeah, the organ of World Organization in Africa, they have been doing a lot. That is why I would like to quote Dr. Sambu, the former World Organization in the sub-Sahara region in Africa. He in 2000, during the celebration of the first African Traditional Medicine Day in 2003, I quote him, "Traditional medicine is our heritage, our way of life, our pride, our future." So he said traditional medicine is our heritage, it is our way of life, it is our pride, it is our future. And he calls on all the governments that are signatory under World Health Organization to make sure that they develop traditional medicine and see how traditional medicine is going to be integrated into the national health system. So World Health Organization in the sub-Saharan Africa, they have been doing quite a lot to see that traditional medicine is developed and integrated in our health sectors.
Okay. Some persons are complaining that there is no sound. I don't know. It may be a problem with their cable distributor. There is sound out here in the studios. Can those technicians check? But it is. I'm also looking at the World Health Organization.
Yes.
It is the lone or first response mechanism for medical emergencies where we have no access to clinics, because these clinics that we are talking about, hospitals, is almost not in all parts of our country. Like Cameroon, it's not every village that has a health center.
Yes.
And the World Health Organization says they, in such instance, they serve as the lone first response mechanism for medical emergencies where access to clinics are non-existent. Upgrading, do you think that in such areas there is need to upgrade the services provided by these traditional medicine persons?
Yes, because World Health statistics hold that more than 70, in some cases they say more than 80% of Africans rely on traditional medicine for their health needs, more especially in the rural areas where there is the shortage of orthodox systems of medicine. So most of the people, they go in for traditional medicine, they visit traditional medicine practitioners and so on for their health needs. So that is why there is this call for African heads of states, African governments, to make sure that traditional medicine is developed and integrated into the national health system, so that in these remote areas where people have access more to traditional healers or traditional health practitioners, they will develop more confidence in the medicine, that the system will be more sanitized, the people, there will be more research, more development, and the people, the system will be upgraded so that there will be some sort of safety in what is being practiced there.
Yes. But my question to you, Doctor, is that we are talking about the fact that in places where we have no clinics, hospitals,
the orthodox clinics and hospitals,
yes, where they are absent, what the people rely on is purely
traditional medicine.
Traditional medicine.
Yes.
But when you look at these places, do you think that it is also very important for practitioners of this, you say it is original medicine, to upgrade what they have been doing, because they still are in some very funny structures? Why not also upgrade it so that people can attach greater value to what they provide as services? Yes,
we are working on that. There's evolution. There's anything that is static is a call for concern. There's evolution, everything is changing, so to traditional medicine in the way the practice is supposed to change. So there is that call for concern for upgrade in the rural area, and that is why we are there. We have been educating the society. We have been educating traditional health practitioners on how to upgrade traditional medicine, to modernize it, to make it easily acceptable to, especially to a society that has been over brainwashed and caused to look at our culture, our traditional medicine as something bad. So there's that call for concern to make sure that traditional medicine is developed and caused to evolve to a certain standard that will cause people who have been over brainwashed to develop some confidence in it. Yeah, and that is why we are there. We have been sensitizing people for decades, and there is a change. When I started in 1995, I will move from Kumba to Douala to Yaoundé. You will hardly find young guys going around talking about traditional medicine, people educating about traditional medicine. You had some people who were moving with their bosses, selling their medicine in marketplaces and so on. But Today, you find young men even in churches preaching about natural medicine. You find them in bosses talking about natural medicine. Although some are just there to sell what they want to say what they want to say, and sell what they want to say. But there are good ones who are really educating the people. You go to marketplaces, you'll find people educating. There's some sort of rebirth, renaissance in traditional medicine. There's a new spirit, a new awakening in traditional medicine. The spirit of traditional medicine is blowing across the continent. Yes, that is why today people can about some 15 years back, I sent a team to one church, a Christian assembly, to go and lecture about traditional medicine. When they went there, introduced them, said, "Oh, we are from Dr. Fu." They started rebuking them that they were demons. You see the mentality, but everything has changed now thanks to the education we have been passing out.
So
yes.
When you said them now, they are well received.
They are well received. Even the pastors come to me, not in the dark, but in broad daylight. No fear or maybe trying to hide and so on. They come with confidence. Yes.
Traditional medicine, or medicine as we speak, the cure for all our sicknesses found in plants.
Yeah, the cure for every disease is in nature.
We live with our cure around us.
Yes.
Yeah, but why do people still not understand that what they take as medicine, what you give them as medicine, what the white man give as medicine is found around them in the bushes, in the forests? Why do we really not still know that it's not something strange?
Don't you see that we have people around, there's beans all over us, but they still go and buy canned beans to go and eat in their homes? There is water everywhere, but they still go to look for water that has been bottled to drink. We have everything around us, but they want to go and look for what is from abroad. It is brainwash. So they have been over brainwashed so much so that they doubt what is around them. They believe that anything around them is evil. Maybe it's not safe. It is only something that is coming from the white man, from abroad, that is safe. Something that has been processed, packaged, and put inside supermarket or shop that is safe. That is a brainwash. And you know, I will not even blame those who are doing it. You know, the world is a political world. Man is a political being. As long as you play your politics well, you can turn some people into sheep. And when you succeed in turning them into sheep, they exploit them. Africa has been turned into sheep. Most Africa have been turned to sheep. And the people who turned them to sheep are now using to exploiting them. That is what is happening.
That's
yes.
Cure, but
everything is around us, but we go around looking for. There was one year I went to Bakundu Banga. I met one man. He was crying of chronic headache. That same moment he was pruning a certain flower that has a variegated leaves. A variegated means that flower that has different colors. The leaf has different colors, have white, red, joined on one leaf. He was pruning the flower and then crying of his head. I said, but that is a medicine for headache. You are pruning and throwing and you are crying of headache. Just have a few leaves and eat. He was afraid. I harvested a few, washed them and ate. Then he also harvested. While we were discussing, just within a few minutes, he gave a testimony that the headache has disappeared. So we have everything around us, but we have been brainwashed not to go into them. Just like there are some people who are even ashamed to speak that language, that traditional language, that people who are ashamed to eat the traditional meals. You even be surprised that you go into a restaurant, you have a Caucasian or a white man inside, you have a black man inside. They'll be eating while the white man will be eating with their hand, eating arrow with their hand. You'll see a black man who have been brainwashed, will be eating with fork, knives, and spoons. Okay. So it's brainwashed.
Yeah. But are you doing enough to let people understand that real medicine is found in the cassava around them, in the potatoes, in all the things that we find around us?
You can bear witness for that because you have been watching Dr. FRU, you have been following us for years, growing from when you were in other media. Yes, you know what we are doing. We have been doing that for decades. I started in 1995 as a full-fledged doctor, moving around with leaves in marketplace, putting on the floor, lecturing people. I wrote books, Tropical Medicinal Plants, Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, the Tropical Popo Tree. I wrote so many medicinal books in 1997, 98, 99 that people were getting them from all over the country, reading them. So I've been doing a lot of education on that.
But you are doing it. Why do people still not understand that the medicine, the cure that they seek in other things, can cancer is almost everywhere. All the viruses and everything is around, but the cure is in the food that we eat. Is it that this truth is hidden from the people? Because, like you say, you have been educating them. Is it to say that others are not educating them enough? Because if almost everybody, every other doctor did what you did, you have been doing, I'm sure people would have been better schooled on what it takes to heal themselves.
Yes, there is something about we are in our thousands or hundreds of thousands. Many people are just there just to get their money, to make their medicine and get their money. They are acting like the conventional sectors, the orthodox sectors. They are mostly there to talk about disease and to sell medicine, talk about disease to sell medicine. They don't really educate people. It's only a few of us that go out to sensitize the society how to live healthy, not to fall sick. And you know, people have been so over brainwashed to a level that even when you educate, you come in a society where there are thousands, you educate them, just very few will believe in you. Just like if you go into the Christian Bible, they say if many are called but few are chosen. When we educate, among the many that are called that listen to us, only the few chosen believe in us and they are safe. So that is I earlier said before, when my people move around, go to religious places, Christian assemblies and so on, some will be casted as demons and so on. But mentality has changed, showing that what we have been doing is causing positive impact in society. There is a gradual change going on.
You called African traditional medicine as the original medicine.
Yes. Not only African traditional medicine, natural medicine in general.
Natural medicine as the original medicine.
Yes.
You say it's the bedrock
of all medicine.
Of all medicine. And whatever cure we have today out there is from the barks of trees, is from the roots of trees, it is from leaves, and we know that traditional practitioners like yourself, you use those things and everybody is saying, but yet some people still tend not to believe that this is original, going for the artificial. How do you explain that?
It is in those days, some decades ago, when the Orthodox were using barks of trees to extract medicine. But as from 1958, there was a revival of the system. They went into the synthetic, producing generic medicine, synthetic medicine in the laboratory. That is why I call most of what comes from abroad counterfeit. Because, you know, everything has been stolen from the traditional health practitioner, the researchers in natural medicine. When they come to us, for example, if we are using a leaf, for example, I would say comfrey. If comfrey we are using to join bones, join flesh, they will come, oh, this plant is it perform miracle. They will take the plant to the laboratory to see what is actually in it. Or if they discover the element that is actually in it, since they cannot get enough comfrey to produce medicine that will give them billions and reach many people in the world, they will go to the laboratory and synthesize the formula that they saw in that leaf. So that is just a counterfeit of the original. Everything is just a counterfeit of the original. So I believe that is why I'm calling on everybody. There's a wave blowing. Last time I said, if you go to Europe, you enter any shop where they sell products or medicinal products or whatever product, be it a toothpaste, be whatsoever you want to buy. There are three types of products. You have artificial, you have a semi-products, and you have pure natural. The semi-products are half artificial and half natural, while the pure natural. The artificial are the cheapest, then the semi-products, which have partly artificial, partly they follow. Then the most expensive are the naturals. But we are surprised that people come here, people are being brainwashed here to believe more in the artificial than downgrading the natural because of brainwash.
You use leaves, but
so we use pure plants. I'm not saying that everything in traditional medicine is natural. We have people in traditional medicine who are doing bad work. Some even go and buy tablets, mix them in bottles and sell as traditional medicine, mix other concoction to blindfold people, to blind them to think that they are natural medicine. Some get tablets mixed with leaves, make concoction to sell as traditional medicines. That is why I'm mostly talking of natural medicine, not traditional medicine, because not everything in traditional medicine that you meet that is okay. But when they say natural, I mean it's natural. So that is why I like to talk about natural medicine.
Okay, you talk about natural medicine. There is you are on promotion. There is a new product you are proposing to the population?
Yeah, we just relaunched the operation Help the People. This operation started in 2003. We have been launching it at times after a year or 2 or 3. We lastly launched it in the year 2017 or 18, 3 years ago. So he has come back this year. It started on the 1st of April and it will last up to the 31st of May. All prices of medicine have been slashed down, really down. So we are calling on everybody to seize this opportunity. You know, this planting season. This is a season of resurrection. Resurrection means there will be new life, the rebirth of new life. I'm talking about my own. It's different from the Christian own. Their own is I'm talking about the rebirth, resurrection, which even God showed me in a vision about a month ago. Yes, I came out of my conference hall in the clinic. In my vision, when I came out, I saw legumes sprouted all over the clinic. Then I called some of my staff that come. This is the real resurrection. We see new life coming, rebirth of life. During the dry season, the winter, there was death. Plants died, things dried up. And now the season has changed. So there's rebirth of new life. This is the rebirth of new life. This is the Easter. So I was showing that this is not what you have been taught somewhere else in religions. Okay. So during the period of rebirth of life, we call it planting season, new life is coming. There's poverty in my village. They call it Michini, mean period for hunger. So because people are investing in planting, we decided we always come up with Operation Help the People, because they hard times, so that people who are sick, they are working in the farms, they are being bitten by mosquitoes, they drink dirty water, they are exposed to so many things that can give them disease. They can seize the opportunity to get their medications to heal themselves. So prices slashed down. For example, the Try Me, the miraculous powder that everybody knows over the year that was sell for 8.5 has been dropped to 5,000, so play 5.5. Yeah, men's solution, women's solution, children's solution at 7.5 has been dropped to 5,000, and so goes to so many other medications. Then we also have our new medications like the lion oil, carbon powder, the new pheromone oil, and many other that we have launched, and the price will reduce to help the society.
Okay. So that is the promotion that is ongoing now. I'm sure persons are going to come there to get theirs, especially those who are sick. But let's just talk a little bit about some of these things that you cited. You say, Try Me.
Yes.
You want them to try the
miraculous powder.
The Try Me.
They call it the miraculous powder of the balm of Africa. Yes.
How does it work?
Wow, that one, most of the time I don't even tell people what it was, because people have been consuming they just know, we don't even advertise it. Okay. It's a panacea, herb panacea. It's in powder form. You take for any health problem. It's a superfood, it's a super medicine. We brought it out in 2006, and it has created waves all over Cameroon, Africa, and the world. We cannot treat somebody of cancer without adding Try Me, because it regenerates their life, regenerates their body, regenerates their mind, regenerates their self. It is rich with a plants of very high frequency. That is why it detox you, it gives you, it raises your body frequency, it gives you dominion above diseases.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, you talked about women's solution and men's
solution. Women's solution, men's solution, they are high-tech super medicines. Okay. That we have also produced them to be like superfood and super medicine. The men's solution work in the masculine line, while the female solution work in the feminine line. So we have produced them, like for example, there are so many diseases that the women suffer of, like blocked tubes, fibroids, menstrual problems, infertility, and then there are infections and so on. Women's solution work in them. For men, impotence, sexual weakness, mental problem, and so many, or prostate enlargement, cancers, and so on. Men's solution works for them. Children's solution, these children suffer from infections, amoebic infection, too much yeast in the stomach due to over antibiotics they have taken. It provokes too much yeast in the system. They suffer from convulsions, epilepsies, hernias, and so on and so forth. When they take children's solution, it works for them.
Okay.
So they have panacea. The men's solution is a whole panacea for men. The women's solution is a panacea for women. The children's solution is a panacea for children.
Okay. I'm quoting another study that says in Ghana, 75 to 85% of the rural population depend on traditional medicine. Meanwhile, in urban centers in Ghana, we have 45 to 65% of the population in Ghana depend on traditional medicine. 85% of the world's population seek traditional health practitioners as first choice, especially in those places where orthodox medicine is absent. I'm quoting World Health Organization statistics. But why is, do you think that what holds in Ghana 75, 85, 45, 50, 65, does it hold in Cameroon also?
The figures may be, the percentage may be different, or the figure may be different in Cameroon, because Cameroon is not as evolved in traditional medicine or African medicine like Ghana. Ghana, the government is doing a lot to promote traditional medicine, but it is too slow in Cameroon, almost dead. At times we think the government is not doing anything to promote traditional medicine in Cameroon. Even though our heads of states, they have been present in all the meetings that are being held in Africa, and they are being advised to make sure that traditional medicine is being promoted, integrated in the national health system. If you go to Ghana, the traditional medicine is greatly evolved. The government is highly involved in promoting traditional medicine. That is why in Ghana, you easily enter the hospitals, you see two shelves in the pharmacy, that of natural products and that of orthodox medicines, and so on. And when you consult a physician in Ghana, they will always give, you have choices to make. They will ask your opinion, they will get your opinion. They will ask, should we place you on natural products, or we place you on the synthetic, or you want to take both? Most of the time they get your opinion. There was one year, I was driving to Yaoundé. The moment I arrived Bikoko in Douala, somebody called me in Nigeria, Dr. Frida. Dr. Frida said yes. He said, yeah, Dr. Frida, I have typhoid. I'm calling from Nigeria. I will need your medicine for typhoid. I asked him, man, where did you get my contact? He said, I consulted in United Nations Clinic in Ghana, and the doctor, they prescribed your medicine. He was trying me. When I used it, he helped me solve my problem, but presently I'm in Nigeria. So I got your number under the carton, the package of the medicine. So because I called the doctor, he said, no, he does not have my medicine for typhoid, that he should call me. That is when he got my number, then called. So you see, we had this, this particular doctor is of late. He was the chief medical officer of Holy Trinity Hospital in Ghana, and he was a United Nations physician. He studied my medicines. He saw how they were so effective until he was prescribing a United Nations clinic in Ghana, Accra, Ghana. Yes. So you see the level at which Ghana has evolved. But in Cameroon, a common pharmacist is afraid to put medicine that if the government realizes, there will be sanctioned. Even orthodox doctors, they hide to even get our medicine to give their patients, because they are afraid that the government will sanction them for using them if they are caught. Then you can see there are two different systems. So Ghana is more evolved, Gambia evolved, Nigeria more evolved in traditional medicine, but Cameroon is tailing behind.
Is it not also because you people are not well organized? We see more of competition than collaboration amongst the traditional practitioners in Cameroon?
Yeah, we have a problem in Cameroon because of the two bicultural nature, the English speaking and the French system. There's always some, the cultures are conflicting. So most of the times to come and really unite, we find it very difficult for all the practitioners to unite. That is why practitioners in Northwest and South will easily unite, and those in the other region will easily unite. That is one of the problems. Language barrier, one of the problems. Then the people here, they have a different mentality, because the system, if the orthodox doctors, the government did not put a hand in organizing the orthodox system, it would have been scattered more than traditional medicine. They are united and organized because the government is deeply involved. If the government decide today that traditional doctor in Cameroon unite, within a month they will unite. It's just because that will is not there. Once that will is there and the government goes into action, traditional doctors will unite and the system will be stronger. And once they go, they create a board that will control traditional medicine in Cameroon and make sure that those who are issued licenses are those who have been tested and proven that they are worth or they merit it, and there will be some order and some sanity in the profession.
In this case, how do they do that?
The government.
Yes, but the government is.
The government is supposed to create a board.
Yeah, but that board is supposed to be manned by persons. Who are those to do that? Experts. So
once the government create a board, there are experts in Cameroon that will come in. The experts, there are amongst all. There are many that we cannot really know until the board is created. You'll be surprised how experts will come up. We have experts in traditional medicine in Cameroon, but they are quiet that we don't know about them.
But why are they quiet? We have many persons who have done sociology, anthropologists, professors in Cameroon.
Yes.
I'm talking about the university dons.
Yes.
You are blaming government for not doing enough, but do we have these persons actually speaking out for you people? I'm talking about these sociologists and anthropologists. Do they actually plead their case there in Yaoundé?
The system.
Or they also shy away?
No, the system, the way the system has been organized is creating some sort of inertia in people. People are unable to act without being told to act or without being caused to act. The system is like an inhibitor or a retarding agent to the efforts of people. Once the system is activated, that inertia in people will be killed down, the abilities in people will be activated, the spirit of people will be motivated, will be elevated, and people will start bringing out what is dormant in them. A few of us who survive in Cameroon cannot know the pressure, what we do to survive. The pressure is not easy. It's not. When people see us coming here, talking, moving, the thing that is easy, it's not easy. It's not easy. It's just by the grace of God that we are able to do what we are doing. That is why you'll find so many people who are not succeeding in Cameroon. Once they go out, they become stars. You see somebody is a failure here, when you go out, become a star. When I go to Nigeria, people welcome me at time when I'm entering the airport, leaving the airport, it's escort that takes me. I can stay there for 1, 2, 3 more. I don't even know how much they pay hotel bill. But when I come here, I move, you see any type of person just talk to me anyhow. But when I go to other countries, escort take me on the airport. I'm coming here to lecture. I was given a job at the University of Kum in Guinea-Conakry. They proposed a salary of 650,000 a month to be paying me. But I refused because I calculated only my flight and my time going there and the risk taken. It was not worth that amount. I asked them to pay me at least 3 million a month if I'm to come in there to teach. Just giving about 4 lectures there. Yes, because the knowledge I have, if I want to give that knowledge out, the system cannot pay. Because I will not go just dancing about the bush and so on. I go straight to the point and hit what we activate, what the dormant people. Within 1 month, I can make you to become a professional and an expert in the society.
Doctor, are you also saying that you people need to be brought to our state universities to lecture, or you need also a curriculum to be created in our educational system from primary, secondary, and university levels, where this type of medicine or treatment could be taught to students, pupils, and the professionals?
Yeah, a curriculum is the first thing to be created, because you cannot just go in the university and start teaching. What we teach, you must have a guide. Yeah, we need experts to come and create a curriculum that will be established right from primary, secondary, and to the tertiary system of education in the country. Then when I can come in and then maybe modernize it, come it with some spice it, to bring in some cheap something different in it, because a good teacher does not just depend on the school syllabus or curriculum. You bring in something extra, because those who study medicine in school, they are too limited. When they go, they study a few things, like what I study for my postgraduate program, my doctorate. It's far lower than what I know. It's lower than what I know, because all the books I read in volume, when I join them, I see what is there, lower than what I know. What I study, you cannot come there, your liver is rotten, a cure. You cannot come there, you have bed waiting, I give you medicine within 2-3 days, stop. You know, that with big tummy that you already have cancer, those things will cure you, will take time. But in African medicine, what I've studied, we study things that we cannot easily send out unless we are paid for. That we can only hand them to the people who want to hand down to. But if the system integrates us, and the motivation who can release all this information. You cannot find them in books. Cannot imagine. We deal with what I will use look up as Pakporo medicine, Pakporo, to cure Pakporo diseases. You cannot come with Pakporo diseases. You go and be using those things they write in books, those plants in books. It will hardly cure them. We have barks of trees, roots of trees. There are secrets that we use to perform the miracle we are performing, which you cannot find in books.
Are you not talking of issues of spirituality here?
It's not about everything is spirituality. Even banana you eat is spirituality. They can show you musong. There are banana you come, I'll give you eat walk again musong. There are banana, what they call back with the banana. Just eating is anti-musong. Is that not a spiritual banana? Everything is spiritual. What is spirit? We're going with spirit. They are just energies. Everything is energy. Everything about life is energy. Even the water you drink is spiritual. The salt you eat is spiritual. Don't you pray and sprinkle salt? Don't you pray and sprinkle rice that you want to scare away evil spirit? Don't you enter somewhere, just pick the soil and talk and things happen? Everything is spiritual around us. It's just that we have been over brainwashed. Then we have a poor religious people who don't master how the universe operates. They just condition people to just be afraid of anything when you mention spirit. They just think it's something so maybe it's something that is far from reality.
Okay. Like I said earlier on, please, if you have a question for Doctor, send a question. I will ask him for him to clarify us on our doubts. Somebody says, good evening, Mr. Liu. Ask Dr. Fru, what is a medicine for vagina itches?
Well, the person cannot be asking for medicine for that. We don't come to be, those are diseases, don't come and be mentioning medicine that vagina itches. What is itching the vagina? You can have chlamydia, and one of the symptoms is vagina itches. You can have syphilis, one of the symptoms is vagina itches. You have trichomoniasis, one of the symptoms can be vagina itches. You can be suffering from yeast infection, candidiasis, one of the symptoms is vagina itches. You can have other infection, even herpes simplex virus infection and other. There are so many series of infection diseases that part of the symptom is vagina itches. So when you have vagina itches, you need to come and consult, so that we consult you, do clinical diagnosis. Then after that, we also use the help of the laboratory to make sure we increase the probability of our diagnosis. They will be able to ascertain what is causing the vagina itches, and we don't attack by the vagina itches, we attack by the problem, clean your system, then you get healed, not just treating vagina itches.
We are talking about African medicine, traditional medicine here.
Yes.
I was going to ask you, how do you diagnose to ascertain what is wrong with a patient?
The first and best treatment best diagnosis in the universe is clinical diagnosis. Observing, listening to the patient, getting the signs and symptoms. That is the first. The laboratory is only coming behind in the political aspect. When you are a seasoned traditional doctor or African doctor or holistic doctor, you master clinical signs and symptoms of disease. You can look at somebody only in the eyes and you will know whether the person has problem in the kidneys, in the lungs, or in the liver, and so on. You can look at somebody just physically and you'll be able to ascertain what is wrong with the person. First thing, even you go to CDC, under the World Organization, they will tell you that the first and best diagnosis is clinical diagnosis, where you see the human being, you diagnose physically, then before sending the person to a laboratory diagnosis to then confirm some microbial or whatsoever is present in the system, then before you come up with whatever a combination of medicine you bring up to give the person.
Okay. Many people are of the opinion that there should be a very good rapport between you and you people and conventional practitioners. I'm talking about medical doctors. You call yourself, you are a medical doctor, no?
I'm a medical doctor. Anybody who uses medicine you cure is a medical doctor.
Yes, I'm talking about
the orthodox
medicine practitioners,
or the allopathic doctor, the orthodox doctor, the Western trained doctors.
And they think that the entire national health system should also comprise a department that handles your domain. You think so too?
No, that department is there in Cameroon, but it is dormant. I will even say it's dead. You have the Directorate of Traditional Medicine in Cameroon, but it's dormant and dead. At the Ministry of Public Health. You go there, there are phones that come. There are some people who don't even know they're in Cameroon. They only move around. They don't even have office with suitcase. Just moving around there and eating money. Why those of us who are in the field working, we don't even know what is happening. But money come in there, only end there. And there are some people who have their connection, they only move there in suitcases and chopping the money. But those who are in the field working, we are not aware of anything happening. We don't know where. It's just like dead, just there.
Yeah, but why don't you also engage the government officials? Why don't you constitute yourselves, go to meet the minister to ask him why this is not functional? Why you don't get the direct impact of what that directorate is supposed to be doing?
Maybe we will do that in future, but as at now, personally, I'm still in the field carrying out my research. I'm not into politics. I'm not into lobbying. I'm just doing my work because I have confidence in what I'm doing. I'm a society doctor. I'm not a politician. I'm not canvassing for aid or this and that. But there are lazy people who are just there. They don't know what to do. They are doctors, but they move around playing. But
we are talking about policymakers. You severally on this platform, as you have said that there are you call them multinationals.
Yes.
Using the government officials to work in their favor. Why don't you think that you also should touch these decision makers? You live in Boya. I don't know how many times you people have engaged lawmakers. I'm talking about the MPs of the southwest, of the northwest, littoral, center, to make sure that they raise these issues about your domain, something that is considered very important by the World Health Organization.
Yes.
You see, there is a directorate that is supposed to follow this up in Cameroon, but nothing is happening. Why don't you engage the MPs themselves so that when they go to Yaoundé, they should raise it?
You are talking as if you are not in Cameroon. You are in Cameroon, you know how the system operates. Do you know how many people have done that for decades, but nothing happens? We have 5 for Minyang. We have late Professor Lantum. We have so many people who were in position of government. They were inside the government that could cause a change, but they were frustrated. I met Professor Lantum. He told me that, oh, my son, do you know that since I engaged in traditional medicine, the thing has affected me politically. No promotion again, nothing in Cameroon, because I'm engaged in it. Many people are fighting me. Even his own colleague, children he trained, they become medical doctor. They call him charlatan because he is involved in traditional medicine. If people who are up there inside the system, inside the government, they are being frustrated, then we want Dr. Fru to go and anyway, we are educating. I earlier said I'm in the field. I have not yet entered politics. Maybe when I will enter politics, maybe I will start going there. I'm still in the field,
Doctor,
carrying out research. I don't want distractions.
You could be the Messiah.
When that time will come, my spirit will say, okay, go. My spirit has not yet spoken to me. My spirit says, stay in the field, carry out research, and be healing the people and go. Leave the politics aside for now. It's not their domain. Maybe we have traditional doctors who are politics moving around with suitcases in Yaoundé. So let they be doing that. My own instruction is that stay in the field, carry out research, and be healing the people.
Okay. If you have a question for Doctor, please send a question, and we are going to be asking him. If the spot for the promotion is ready, Eli, can we take a short break with it?
My country people, when I hear something, Operation Help the People, he don't come again. Oh, Garden of Eden, Naturopathic Institute of West Africa, Geneva, he be glad for inform me country people say Operation Help the People, he don't come back again for a period of 2 months. From number 1 day for April, go reach for number 31 day for May 2021. We go cut down price for all medicine for help country people for the time where things they strong and where farmer they do for do their planting. For this promotion, men's solution, women's solution, children's solution, we go to sell them for 5,000 francs instead of 7,500. Try me 5,000, bitter tea 3,000, and many other product them for better price. Treatment for sick them like hepatitis A, B, C, and all viral infection, heart problem, typhoid, kidney, malaria, cough, epilepsy, cancer, diabetes, hypertension, and other disease them. We don't cut down prices. We advise all our old and new patient them, even the one them where they still get for come consult. For seize this unique opportunity, come consult and even get product teas for the next 2 months. Make una hurry yo, because stock it be limited. Genuine products them be holistic in nature and they be one of the best for the world. Contact Boya 674 28 64 93, Bamenda 663 94 89 45, 677 31 98 66, Yaoundé 674 28 91 12, 657 01 87 58, Bafoussam 680 21 91 45, 697 92 13 85, Douala 674 28 95 23, 695 93 62 43, Kumba 674 28 86 71, Limbe 674 28 89 57. For consultation only, contact his healer, Dr. Richard Fu, on 677 62 89 80, 699 95 88 93.
Watching the point on my media prime, and our host, our guest this evening is Dr. FRU Richard, who is telling us the place that African medicine has in the 21st century, especially in Cameroon, Africa, and why not the world. I will take, I'm sure there are some questions for you, Doctor. Please, my sister was diagnosed on red plasma, and she has been so scared that she might have cervical cancer. I don't know.
I don't get the name of it.
She says my sister was diagnosed. Okay, urea plasma. Urea plasma.
They use those terms that they don't understand.
And she has been so scared that she might have cervical cancer. Can doctor treat this? Let me just read a few, and then you take note, doctor. Maybe you have answers to them. Good evening, Mr. Liu. I just wish to ask if traditional medicine has dosage. This is Emmanuel writing from Kumba. Good evening, Mr. Liu. Please kindly ask doctor if there are any medicine for a child that pee on the bed. Is Sama from Douala? Thanks. Yes, doctor.
Yeah, those are bedwetting is what people have known us for years. We stop children from bedwetting, adults from bedwetting. That people come to us, even couples. The man pee on the bed, the woman pee on the bed. We stop them. They bring children, we stop them. We have medicine that we give people take as enema to stop bedwetting. We used to have the one that we used to vaccinate on the waist before. That when you feel like you are pressed, feel like ants are biting, you get up to go and pee. But when I discovered the one that they just pump, I stopped that one to vaccinate. So you only take as enema, and for you just within 1 or 2 months, and the children stop peeing on the bed. Adults stop peeing on the bed. Because when you pee on the bed, there are so many things that can cause that. Yeah, and those things it correlate with the nerves that go to the bladder. They don't send good information to your mind when you are praying. They're supposed to send information that will wake you up. So when they are not functioning well because they are impaired, there are toxins or there are certain things that affected them, it don't send good information, and you will just be there playing. When I went my go pee, say, "Chwa!" You think you're outside, by the time you get up, the bed is wet. So we have medicines that go and clean the bladder, work in the nerves, work in the mind, do a lot of work, but you take as enema. Yeah, and your systems are functioning normally. Yes.
There are 3 questions.
Then whether traditional medicine has dosage. Those are the questions that people have been asking me for more than 2.5 decades. There's no treatment. If you go to the most uneducated traditional medicine practitioner in the village, they have dosage. What is a dose? Doses are relative. They must not necessarily have a glass or a cup to measure a dose. They can give you a medicine that you go and lick with your tongue in the morning. In the afternoon, you use your tongue and lick. The next moment, you take by your finger and lick. That is a dose. That is a traditional dose. So traditional medicine have doses. Like those who are practicing natural medicine, modern traditional medicine, we have doses. And these doses depend on so many factors. There is no standardized dose for age limits. For certain particular ages, you can come to me. You are 10 years. You have malaria. Another person come with 10 years with the same malaria. The doses that I will ask you to take may be different depending on your body mass index, how long the signal in your body, how chronic it is or acute it is. There are so many things that will count, that and depending on your state of health, that will determine the dose. There is no standard dose that all 10 years must have a particular fixed dose. No. But on the packet, we have a standard dose that any person can use to give. But when you meet an expert, when I'm looking at you, the doses vary even with the same ages. Yes.
Okay, somebody talk about urea plasma.
Yes, those are, they use terms that they don't understand. Just like I can say toxoplasma, I can call certain things they don't understand, but those are the infections in the body, which they need to see experts to diagnose them and then treat them. Those are common diseases. Like most people who have that at times, they'll say they cannot give birth, they cannot do this, they have difficulties. No.
Okay, but I want us to be clear about diagnosis in traditional medicine. How do you do it? You say you observe, but beyond observation, do you have a lab?
Yeah, we have laboratories. Mm-hmm. We have laboratories. We have laboratories. We do clinical diagnosis. After clinical diagnosis, because not every disease we send to the lab. There are many cases we don't send to the lab. It doesn't mean that when you come, my stomach is paining, I just send you to the lab. Then my waist, just send to the lab. When I suspect certain things that I know they can also search in the lab, I send you to the lab. But if I feel that what you have is because of some abuses of the laws, or your poor feeding habits, or certain breakages of the principles of life, I just know how to help you. Then after that, I place you on certain lifestyles and you get healed. But if I suspect that there are other diseases or infections that you need to go to the lab, I prescribe them. You go to the lab, we search. Then if there are some that they cannot carry out in my lab, I know where I send you to go and carry out the test. For example, I send patients to Central Pasteur. I send patients to people who carry out ecography and so on. I send people to go and do prostate ecography. I send people to carry out other tests out, because not everything is done in my laboratory. Yes.
Okay, you send people to go to the orthodox.
Yes. No, you see, we are not completely against orthodox system of practice. We are against what is wrong inside it. It's just like I earlier said, it's not everything in traditional medicine that is good. Not because I practice traditional medicine, I will just come here and praise everything inside. There are some things inside, some practices that are not good. In the year 1998, if you could read in newspapers, front pages of the Watchman newspaper, one of the most popular English newspaper then, you'll see front page, traditional doctors want Dr. Fru's blood, traditional doctor wants Dr. Fru's head. Why were they after me? Because I was trying to put some sanity in the field. I was preaching against ill practices, bad practices in traditional medicine. So they started calling me impostor in the practice. That I'm just pretending that I'm a traditional doctor. They don't think that I'm a traditional, I'm an impostor. And they started fighting me by all means. Until in late 1998, 99, the government has to intervene. So many were arrested, locked up, they had to sign an undertaking, ordered by the Jew, before they could leave the brigade. They did everything to destroy Dr. Fru, that Dr. Fru is preaching against traditional medicine. So it's not because I'm a traditional doctor I just support everything. So when we are talking, we are preaching against orthodox medicine, it's not against everything in orthodox medicine. There are good things that we only preach against artificial medicines. Practices that are bad inside, that are not good for health. And then we promote the aspects in them that are good. So we go into the orthodox system of practice, we incorporate the laboratory. We get some areas in the laboratory we incorporate to help us diagnose certain diseases that are necessary.
Doctor, you raised in passing, you raised the issue of bad feeding habits.
Yes.
And I remember once you said that we get our cure from fruits, and we feed
everything natural.
But you also say that we poison ourselves with some of the things that we consider food.
Yeah, wrong combination. For example, if you follow my lecture over the years, I've been educating people on how to eat, the combination to eat, the right time to eat. Most of the time, for example, I met one prophet, they call him a very big prophet. I met him. While we were discussing, he said he attended one occasion and they poisoned him. He came back, he told me, stomach was paining, biting. He has to meditate and pray, then drank water, sweated. And the Holy Spirit had to administer to him, and then he slept and got up better. I say, Mr. Prophet, I like to create jokes. I say, Mr. Prophet, what did you eat in that occasion? He said, no, I did not really eat food though. I just ate my fruit salad. I say, what was the combination of fruit salad? He said, no, it was a combination of pineapple, pawpaw, watermelon. Hey, I just said, stop there. I said, so you don't know that they don't combine watermelon with other fruits? When you combine watermelon or other fruits, it poisons your system. So many people are suffering of pies, mental problems, stomach problems, depressed immune system, poisoning, and so on, because they eat salad that watermelon is inside. They eat watermelon together with other fruits. Never you eat watermelon in combination with other fruit. It's poisonous to your system. They don't combine watermelon with other fruits. You can eat it alone. They eat other fruit. You can combine pawpaw, banana, and other, but they don't combine with watermelon or other fruit. When you combine, it becomes toxic. You'll be surprised. You go to occasion, to parties. Maybe you have also that book to eat. Yes, you see. And when you go now, you start having problems, or you don't have good sleep, bad dreams. People are attacking you. Start accusing you. Oh, what are they feeling? Don't know that it's your mind. The toxins affecting you. So when you go to occasions, you see people, even people who study food and nutrition, they have PhD. They carry watermelon and mix with fruit. That's why I say it's not those degrees that matter. For I don't value degrees. I value by what people do. It's before, when I was so ignorant, when somebody said, oh, I'm a professor, I have professor degree, I have PhD, I'll be looking at the person and say, but my experience has shown that those you study the same error people have written in books. I keep coming and they give you the degrees. I'm advising the society here. Never you eat watermelon mixed with other fruit. Take them as separate meals. Don't eat fruits and vegetable together. They don't mix fruits and vegetable together. When you eat fruits and eat vegetable at the same time, or vegetable and fruit at the same time, it does the same thing as watermelon does with other fruit. Never. Let them meet in the blood and not in the stomach. Let watermelon and other fruits meet in your blood. They should never meet in the stomach. Fruits and vegetables, they should meet in the blood and not in the stomach. Never you eat fruits after meal. We were wrongly taught that, when you eat after meal, you eat fruits to help digestion. That is what has been poisoning so many people. They eat fruits but in empty stomach. Non-acidic fruits. Or if you want to eat acidic fruits, after you must have eaten, after some hours, you can eat acidic fruits. But non-acidic fruits, you eat them in the morning. Like pawpaw, bananas, you mostly eat them in the morning period, in an empty stomach. Don't eat fruits after meal. It's not good. Don't eat and drink water at the same time. When you eat and drink water at the same time, it's not good. That is where people contract diseases, typhoid, malaria, and so on. Because nature, you see, animals in the wild, they eat all dirt, eat all the fruit that have all the germ and so on. But they don't really affect them because they don't eat and drink water at the same time. God has made it in such a way that you have some acid in your stomach. They call that acid HCl, that is hydrochloric acid. The pH of hydrochloric acid is around 2. pH of 2. A pH that can melt even blade. You swallow a blade, that pH will melt the blade. God has made it in such a way that when you eat food that is coming from outside, that high acid will burn all germs, sterilize the food, kill all germs that is on that food. But when you eat and drink water, that water go and raise the pH in your stomach, weaken the acid. All bacteria that will inside the food, they will just come and be playing in your stomach and they enter your blood. Nothing to kill them. It also upsets the pH that the enzyme that is supposed to digest protein and so on has to operate. It upsets so many things in your system. You don't eat immediately after meal, you also drink water. It does the same thing. So those are errors people don't the community don't know. Then people eat and go and sleep with food in the stomach. When you eat, because normally at sleep, you're supposed to go to sleep when there's no food. You eat 4 hours before bedtime. When you go and sleep with food in your stomach, your brain does not rest because your brain has to program how the food has to be digested. And while you are asleep, your brain will there working, programming the organs how to digest, program how they have to assimilate, how they have to combust it, and so on. Your kidneys will be there trying to filter waste when they were supposed to be resting, to be curing themselves of all the injuries they have had during the process of working during the day. Because your body heals but when you are at sleep. But now you still put food to sleep, the body does not rest. That's why most people eat late at night, they develop kidney failure, they heart problem, liver problem, organ failures, and so on. And when you eat, you go and sleep with the food. While you are sleeping, the brain is there working and programming food. You'll be having bad dream, because your brain is working. And you get to start accusing your grandparents in the village that they are attacking you because your brain was working and you'll be having those dreams. Okay. So you see, there are a lot of laws that people break but they don't understand. These are the laws that when my patients come, when I consult them, when I discover where you have broken a law, I place them under law. You don't just give treatment for people to go and take. They will take and breaking the law and falling sick again.
Okay. Let me see if there are some other questions for you, doctor. This one says, sorry too for you. This one says, thank you, Mr. Liu. Thank you too for writing to us. This one says, Doctor, I don't know if you deal with medicine for animals, but my dog is sick with parvovirus and I need help to treat him. The modern medicine is not that effective. I'm called Tuma, writing from Boya. Wow.
Yeah, I think I can go answer that one because...
Good evening. Let me just take
Okay.
this one. Good evening, doctor. I am Tata Nancy and I live in Douala, Bonaberry. Please, how can I get medications for typhoid? I'm really in need of it. Thank you.
Yes, concerning that of animals, you know, I love dogs. Presently, I have about 7 dogs, shepherds and those more like that. I have them. I've lost so many dogs because of my veterinary doctors. I have a dog living. There were 2 puppies. When I've lost about 5 dogs within 2 months. And the veterinarian will say, oh, he has pie. He has contracted a certain virus, a certain disease. That one is untreatable. They cannot cure it. A professional, somebody working even with the government, veterinary doctor. And I lost those dogs. So this time, I bought some shepherds, 2 puppies. One just died, and the man came and saw this mucor and blood. He said, oh, the thing has been attacked by that particular disease that has no cure. It gives pie and dysentery. That is what killed the dog. The other one too was already sending out the catarrh. The man said, I will not even give treatment to that one because it will die. There's no cure. Wow, I was provoked. When the man left, I said, no, then if the dog dies, that means that Dr. FRU is messing and only curing people. I will challenge this man. I went to the office, when he took a paper, composed a formula, sent to the production unit that they should produce this medicine for me. Then I instructed, when they prepare their food, they should put that powder in it. Within 1 month, that dog got healed. The veterinary man came and saw it. That this dog is still alive. I said, yes. You see, I now have better medicine than what you have. Now I can cure animals. People can now add order for my powder not to be put in their food and giving their dogs. It will cure everything. I will say for close to 6 months now, no worm medicine again. Because what I've prepared, it will remove fungi, parasites, everything from the worms. It will cure even what they declared that it didn't have cure. So you see, last week I was discussing with my production director that it's good we start producing food now for dogs, medicine for dogs. People will be buying and just putting their dogs food, and dogs will not be sick again because we are proving that we have the best. All my dogs are healthy now. I only invite the veterinary person to come and give a vaccine. But no worms, no vitamin. Even the dogs where they used to put their food in big bowls, they will eat. They will not eating where they keep complaining the dogs are not eating. I went now and double what they were putting in their food. They eat their food until they will lick the plate, become empty as if they have not given them food. The appetite has risen, they are energetic. So I've also discovered something in that aspect. And it's just plants that we eat. There are plants that we eat. That I went and carried out research. I said, since they said that dog will die, I'll better combine what I know will work. Better let the medicine kill the dog.
Okay. Doctor, you say the bedrock of medicine is African medicine, traditional medicine.
Yeah.
And before the arrival of Europeans to Africa, we lived and treated ourselves.
Yes.
Why did we not develop? What happened?
We were developed. We told Africa. Don't you not read a history book that civilization began in Africa?
Yes, but
the first doctors in the world, Imoten, who existed 2,000 years before Hippocrates, who existed thousands of years before Christ, the era of Christ. Before then, the West were crossing into Africa to study mathematics, physics, medicines, and so on. He was doing surgery. You know, there's what they call lost civilization. Civilization have been destroyed. Mark me, people should put it in history books that Dr. FRU says the time is coming when the West will become the dark continent and Africa will become the light of the world. It is in Africa that the West will be coming to learn how to make planes, learn how to do odd things again. Something will happen that the West will be destroyed, that civilization will be destroyed. Those who know the knowledge, they will all die. People who will survive with that knowledge will be in Africa. The West will start again with another primitive age. With people who don't know anything, they will start studying from Africa.
They're prophesying.
I'm prophesying. That is what will happen. That's what happened. This way has been existing for billions of years. Forget about what you read these small religious books. They will tell you that it's thousands of years. Those are just religious books, political books. They don't tell you the truth. This world has been existing for billions of years. Read books. Let them tell you about the life of those who exist billions of years. You will not find them.
Yeah, but Doctor,
lost civilizations.
That is why we are now copying from the West, because we are faced with COVID-19. We are faced with other pandemics, and yes. But take the case of HIV.
Yes.
We are looking out there to the West to provide us with solutions.
Because we are a conquered people. If you are a conquered person, the master cannot allow you to develop. Which master will allow the slave to gain access to knowledge or to be empowered to start doing what he's doing? We are still a conquered people. You know, the first people who conquered the Great Kemet were the Arabs. They conquered. After that, the Greeks conquered the Arabs. After that, the Romans conquered the Arabs. Until this day, it is the Roman ruling the world. We are still under the Roman Empire, the Roman era, the Roman Empire. It is the Roman ruling. So we are still on that. That is why even the religion we have is the Roman religion in our area. There are so many things. If you go to the courts, you will see when they quote they say Roman order, the Rome order, the Rome this, everything. We are still under the Roman rule, the Rome rule. Even the churches are under the Rome rule. Everything is under the Rome rule. When there will be another revolution, another group of people will come up. If the Roman will be conquered, the Roman Empire will be destroyed. So many empire will be destroyed, and that one will come up.
Okay.
And those people will become a conquered people. Their civilizations will be destroyed. Their knowledge will be carried away, and they will remain primitive people. Those who carry away will develop and then become the light. And
okay. Doctor, can you cure HIV? Somebody's asking.
We cure people of HIV. We don't cure HIV. We cure people of HIV. Yes.
Okay. So you got it. Doctor says can cure. Let me say good evening, Mr. Leo and Dr. Fru. I have a problem of too much sweating at night, so I really need help, doctor. Too much sweating. Good evening, Dr. Fru. What do you think is the reason for the poor attitude of known support towards traditional medicine by the powers that be, as certainly opine? Can you, those of you in the sector, are united and working together in an association for the common good and growth of modern traditional medicine? Thanks. Qui is writing from Limbe. I'm sure I've asked that question. Good evening, Mr. Liu. Kindly ask Dr. Fru the signs and symptoms of kidney disease. Samuel writing from Douala. Good evening, sir. Why up till now traditional medicine has given hope to HIV carriers? Armstrong writing from Manjo. Dr. Fru, what have you done as an expert in natural medicine to bring the order together? Because we hear you complaining more about government. We know government comes in to promote efforts, okay? We think that people should also work together, doctor. Hello, Mr. Liu. I love what Dr. Fru is presenting. It is teachable. Doctor, keep on. I'm Bankeng Yafi, writing from Bangolan.
Yes. So,
HIV.
No, I think we answered that. They ask whether do we cure HIV. It depends on the person, whether he's asking to learn or he's just asking to know whether we cure. You know, that is a very sensitive topic that most of the time I don't like to even overdwell on it because it's a political disease.
Okay.
Yeah, most people ask about HIV, they don't even know what is HIV. They just want to know whether you cure to challenge. Okay. Not because they even really want to know anything. But I want to tell people that I work with one of the biggest government hospitals. My patients carry out their CD4, but now they don't even carry out the CD4 test again. They carry out but the polymerase chain reaction test, which they call the PCR test, that is checking of viral load. Even though Karimulis, who won the Nobel Prize in 1993 in chemistry, who developed the PCR method, he won that they should never use it to determine the quantify the HIV virus in the system. They should never use it to check the quantity of virus in the system. That is not meant for that purpose. But that's what we are using today, that we are counting viruses in the body. So anyway, let me leave that. That will be another lecture on its own. Yeah? So I say I don't like to go into that because it can make me start talking about certain things that are not worth exposing here. Yeah, because it's a political disease.
Okay.
Yeah, so
somebody talks about sweating in the night.
Sweating in the night, I will advise you to go and consult. You come and consult so that we'll be able to diagnose what is causing you to be sweating in the night, because something is raising your temperature, affecting your metabolism and so on. So you come and consult so that we should be able to see what is wrong. Then
why government is not supporting you?
Yes, it is the policy of the system. You know, everything works following government policy. The day the government will prioritize traditional medicine in their policy, then they will see everything will work smoothly in traditional medicine in Cameroon.
Okay.
It is government policy.
Signs and symptoms of kidney disease.
Well, I did not come here to give you signs and symptoms of kidney disease. Those are because it can derail, because there are so many diseases that have similar signs and symptoms.
Okay.
Yes, I can give that. Somebody start because somebody has such symptoms. I say, oh, I have kidney disease. Start taking medicine on kidney. So yes, I would not like to dive into that.
Hi, doctor. Good evening. I'm a blessing from Newtown. My stomach pains me a lot in my navel, and my eyes also hurts, and water comes out of it since I was a child, and now 16 years old. Please, I need your help. Can you have doctor's number on the screen, please? For that case, can you just call him? He's going to help you out. But doctor,
there's a question. Okay, I think I already told you that one. Those here.
Yes, doctor. When you started practicing in 1993?
1998. Sorry, 1995.
1995.
Yeah, as a full-fledged doctor.
Yes. What would you say of the demand for traditional medicine? Is it increasing or reducing over the years?
The demand is increasing geometrically.
Okay.
As I earlier said before, there are certain people who would not like to go into traditional medicine because they were brainwashed, they were in the dark. We have already spread a lot of light. We have enlightened the society. We have impacted the people with a lot of knowledge on why traditional medicine is good, or African medicine is good, or natural medicine is good. So many people have been reawakened. They have developed that consciousness on nature to know that nature is holds all our solution. If any disease that does not have is cure from nature, I mean that disease is not from nature. Any disease that is from nature has its cure in nature, is buried in nature. So because all this, every day more and more people go in for traditional medicine, and that is why more and more young guys, more and more youths are going into traditional medicine. Before, people believed that it was a practice of the old path with red feather and so on, their caps, sitting in front of a shrine with some things in front of them. But today you find young people everywhere, in cars, markets and so on, university graduates. You find them churches everywhere, churches preaching. You find even pastors now preaching, educating people on the value of natural medicine everywhere. You see that it is even growing exponentially, not just geometrically. Yes.
So almost everybody is consuming.
Everybody, the whole world is turning back towards nature.
Okay.
Anybody who is not turning back towards nature should ask what is wrong with he or she. Okay. Because everybody is turning back towards nature. Because as I said in the last program, that before the year 2000, there was a general cry, general pronouncement. There was a pronouncement everywhere by the authorities of health in the World Organization and their branch all over the world, that health for all by the year 2000. The one that by the year 2000, everybody will be healthy. But what did you see by the year 2000? Nearly everybody was sick. They reversed, showing that the system is failing, technology failing, and so on. And the people had to go back to the drawing boards to ask why. Because people were chasing by the artificial. That is why you see everybody begin to regain consciousness and going back to Mother Nature.
Okay. Hello, sir. I lost all my 8 dogs in 1 week, and veterinary said they had sickness called polvul. I don't know what that is. I'm in court with the veterinary doctor. Oh, that's not good.
Well, but I would just say people who have problems with their dogs, you want your dogs to be healthy. If they like, let them try what we have. We'll give them the powder, and you just put in your dog's food, all the dog food. You see the way they eat, their health. You know, they'll not. You mostly be giving them a vaccine for your dogs.
Okay.
Yes.
Good evening, doctor. I'm Henry from Malfo Nkwen. Please, do you treat scabies? I'm sure he does. Yeah. Doctor, can you effectively meet the demand of the services? You say there is an increase in the consumption of what you people produce as medicine. Many more persons are turning back to nature for their health needs, to meet their health needs. Now, can you meet this growing demands? Because the demand is increasing, but the number of traditional doctors, African medicine practitioners, the numbers are not too many. They're dwindling.
Yeah, I don't think I can meet the demands. I don't think I can meet only the demands if the whole boy has to come to me. I'll be able to meet the demands. It's difficult, and that is why we are training people, we're educating people on how to live healthy, not to be falling sick. We are training more and more health practitioners to be working, to make sure they will spread them out to meet the people, because we need more. We are too small. We need a lot of traditional health practitioners in the country, and that is why I frown at some wicked people who don't want to see rivals in the field, in the country. When they see any traditional doctor coming up, they see like a threat, they start fighting and so on, up and down, because they want to be alone. That is selfishness, because we are not even enough. We need to multiply, not just arithmetically but geometrically, to be able to meet the demands of the society.
Okay.
Yes.
You say you
because the patient to a traditional doctor ratio in Cameroon is too low.
You say you train, but I don't know where you train a doctor. How do you train them? If I say I want also to learn because I want to treat people, where do I?
You can do a formal training and you can do an informal training. Many have been trained formally and some informally. You know, in my institution, I can say from when I started in 1995, hundreds upon hundreds of youths Cameroonians have passed through my institution. I have people who are working now in different parts of the world, some in Nigeria, some in South Africa, some in different parts of the world as traditional health practitioners, people who passed through me and they were trained. And then we came up with a school to train formally the Garden of Eden Naturopathic Institute of West Africa that is based in Bamenda. We started sensitizing and people started applying even right abroad to come and study. In 2016, then the crisis came up and disrupted everything, and the big building is standing there. We had to suspend because of what was happening to schools and so forth. Because even the center at Nzumambua, I have not been able to really work there because of so many things that are going wrong. I've created another second center in Commercial Avenue in Bamenda, so the two centers are operating. Yes. Okay. Then we are thinking of maybe transferring the school to another safer environment where people will be able to come there to revive it. Okay. I had partners who even came from America, people in food engineering, so they were supposed to teach in the Department of Food Engineering. They had to go back.
Okay. Good evening, Doctor. I'm Eunice from Boya. Doctor, I'm enjoying the program. I'm suffering from severe knee pain. I can't flex my knees as I used to. Any help, please? Doctor's number is on the screen. Can you just call him after the program? Good evening, Mr. Leo. Please ask Doctor through the treatment of the women's worm. Women's worm. I don't know what women's worm is. Good evening, Doctor. My name is Tuva from Boa. I want to ask if a man sleeps with his woman and the man is not feeling any sweat, no discharge, but his dick stands. I know contraction does that what it get bad. I just want to know if that is normal, okay, or an illness. Good evening, Dr. Fru. Can also be cured with Aslo. Be cured with traditional medicines. Can pile cause severe waist pains? Wow. Some of these questions, can you just call Doctor?
Yeah, there's some that I can even.
Yeah. This one says, please, I'm based in Douala, and how can I get in touch with you? Hello, sir, I lost all my 8 dogs. Okay, just call him. That's the number. The person who lost all the 8 dogs. The number is there. Call him after the program. This one, Doc, can you send medications for syphilis abroad? Doctor is going to answer you soon. This one says, my thanks to Dr. Fru for free tips always to us. What is the cure to external pile? Dr. Gaston in Bafmeng. Good evening to you. Hello, I'm D4 in Douala. I have this severe body itching, especially when I just feel a bit of heat. I don't know what causes such. Doctor, please help me. And yes, doctor, you can take some of them.
Yeah, I will start with pie because it's very common. Yes. There are so many people suffering of hemorrhoids, pies, internal or bleeding or protruding anus here and there, and most of the time they just move around looking for medicine to cure pies and so on. Like a professional, we have cured so many people who have been suffering of pies that have gone for operations severally for years, because we master what is the cause of pies and hemorrhoids. Pies and hemorrhoids are caused by constipation, and you don't end there. What is the cause of constipation? You have constipation when the digestive system is upset. And what can cause upset of the digestive system? You have parasites in the system that can upset your system. You have protozoans, you have bacteria, you have microbial infections that can upset the system. You have, for example, the most common that for more than 80% in our area, because if you go to abroad, their own pies are mostly caused by lifestyle, because they don't really have infectious diseases a lot in America and other countries. We mostly have infectious disease. In our area, our own area, is mostly caused by our diet and infectious diseases. But if you go abroad, it's mostly caused by the diet. So most people who have pie, we have come to realize that most of them have they're suffering from poorly treated typhoid. When you suffer from poorly treated typhoid, it upsets your system, your digestive system, and you start having hard stool. Some people stool hard like goat stool, and when you start forcing, you weaken the muscles, some tear, you start developing bleeding. That is what they call internal pie, and you'll be there insecting things in your anus, not knowing that you have to drink medicine to cure the typhoid. They work in the system. Most of the people who come, we only give typhoid treatment, and they take just within 1 or 2 months and they get healed. People who come to us, they have been suffering from typhoid for pies for more than 20 years. Just within 2 or 3 months, they get healed, because we carry out research to know the cause. There are some pies that are caused by a poor diet. People eat food that are not rich in fiber. You need to eat fibrous foods. Fiber is the broom that sweeps the stomach. Just imagine living in a house without a broom or without a rack to clean the house. What will clean the house? Nothing. So you need to eat fiber. Fiber is what cleans your system. Or else waste will accumulate, then grow more bacteria, upset your system. The bacteria will secrete toxin, poison your system, upset your system. So there are people, because of wrong feeding habit, like people eat fruits and vegetables together, watermelon or other fruits together, fruits after meal. People eat late in the night, go and sleep with food in the stomach. People eat and drink water at the same time. People who have mental problems. Even though there are also some pies that can be caused by negative energy, what people call witchcraft, spiritual, and so on. There are certain people who can just rub something on the chair, you come and sit there and you start developing pie. You move, there's no cure until that negative energy flush out of your system. Their pies can be caused by so many things. So we advise, when you have pie, you meet a holistic doctor to carry out a holistic diagnosis to know what is wrong and give you the right treatment. Then somebody asked of the questions are running away. There were so many.
there were so many.
Yeah. And the ASLO. I think last time I talked about ASLO. Yeah. ASLO is just a name given to a problem. People who have ASLO, it is a streptococcal infection. It starts like sore throat. When the sore throat disappears, the germ go into your blood and started causing wahala, what they call romantic fever, inflammations, and so on. Those are easy things that we cure. We cure even romanticism, the one that they have no cure. Those one we used to give treatment before for 6, 7, 8 months, but now it's 2 to 3 months, 4 months. Romantoid factor, you go and carry out your test, they say RF, romantoid factor positive, we treat you just 3 months, you go back negative. What the white man said, there's no cure. These are things that these people are suffering, the way you see gout, romanticism, rheumatoid arthritis, and so people are suffering, moving walking sticks, but they don't believe in us. When we are there, even the lumbar spondylosis, people come and say they do x-ray, you see how the bones have been chopped. I give treatment, they cure, they go back, the bone join until the people doing the x-ray, they will be surprised that they have never seen such a miracle. But when we talk, the few who are called come and we cure them. Those who are doubting, they stay and suffer.
Why don't you also call them to give testimony for people to see?
Well, I used to do that before, but I become very liberal that, like for example, I have people who just come up that they want to give testimony. I have people who cure hepatitis B. They just came that doctor 1 week, you register. I was not even there. Some cases. Some came to my office that want testimony. By then, my technician was not around. But about 3 weeks ago, I came. My technician said about how many people just came that they want to give testimony. That of diabetes, testimony. They recorded another of hepatitis. Another person said somebody was on stroke on the bed. They called me. Then I instructed what they would give. And the person took just for 1 week and got up and started walking. Somebody had been on stroke. Could not even get up. 1 week and started walking. They just came and gave testimony. They have recorded. I have not even watched them. People come up to give the testimony. So I think we are already working on, since people are Thomases, but we don't want to force people to give testimony. People want their health matter to be kept secret. And we are very good in keeping people's health matter secret until they opt. I don't want to start acting like these people, like the religious people. You come, you sign books that you must give testimony, and they use it to advertise to bring more customers. No, if people opt to give their testimony, they give.
Okay. At what point do you refer patients to hospitals?
Most often I refer patients to go and carry out echographies, because I'm not yet doing that, x-rays, a CD4 count or viral loads, or carry out certain diagnosis which I'm not conducting. You come with case of accident because I'm not setting bones. You come, I can send you there, you go to the hospital, they set the bones where, then I can then direct to another traditional doctor who is an expert in bone setting, because the best medicine for bone setting is a traditional medicine for curing bone fractures. Yes. So we send people to people who know that they are experts, follow their expertise in the society, whether being orthodox or traditional.
The person who raised the issue of typhoid should just call you after this program?
Yeah, those are things that we used to struggle to treat typhoid, but thank God, last year we discovered a wonderful medicine. It's just one month. They even cure before the 1 month. Just one month and typhoid without test negative, because before, there are people who come with typhoid that have been in there for 10, 15 years. They suffer some kind, they have developed piles, some have mental problems, because typhoid make you mentally numb, dull. When you see students who have typhoid, they can read, enter the exam room, their heads will become empty. They fail. That is what they don't know. They start accusing their old parents in the village. Typhoid make people dull. It make you read and forget. It causes a lot of evil in the system. It gives you nerve. Like one lecturer from University of Boya, maybe I say, Dr. Fru, I follow your lecture on the radio, and I had nerves, and experts were they asking me to go for massage. And when I follow your lecture over the radio, you were giving signs and symptoms of typhoid. You talk about nerves, nerve area at the back neck. That when you start having that, make sure, don't only say it's stress. Go and check typhoid. And when he went, typhoid was positive. They took treatment and the nerve disappeared without going for the massage. So you see, typhoid, last year we discovered a wonderful medicine that we give just once. Within 1 month, typhoid, whether you have been there for 15 years, it disappeared.
Okay. Somebody asked whether you could send a doctor. Can you send medications for syphilis abroad?
We send medicines every day abroad. We send medicines, we post them through DHL. I'm not promoting their business here. Through the agency that posts medicine abroad. We send medicine abroad every day. We have patients all over the world. The easiest place to send medicines now, for example, I sent medicines last 2 weeks to Nigeria. Up till now, they have not arrived. But that same day, I sent medicine to USA. 4 days they arrive. When I send medicine to USA, within 3 or 4 days they receive. But Nigeria, Ghana, African countries will take like 2 or 3 weeks, which are just beside us. That is the problem we have.
Okay.
So we send medicine all over the world. Dubai, the only countries that we don't send medicine to, and I'm repeating, they have been saying this over the media, over the TV, radio, so that our government should be aware, because these people, they take us Africans like fools. Belgium, they don't accept a medicinal product or spices from Africa in Belgium. But you're surprised that you go even to our shops, you will see even yogurts from Belgium in our shops, nonsense from Belgium in our shop. But when it involves African things, they will not even send them back, they just destroy and throw. Italy too, the same thing. I was surprised that some years behind, the president came and even spent some time in the Unity Palace, that they're coming for trade business. They come and deceive us. You cannot send any African product to Italy, they will destroy it. They don't want anything from Africa. Belgium the same. Then Germany too is following. Germany to another country. But apart from that, US easy, France easy, Dubai easy, United Kingdom easy, or England easy. So many other countries, they go easy without problem.
Okay.
I'm saying this, our government should take note.
Okay. Please, I'm based in Douala, and how can I get in touch with you? I would like to try medicine for the dogs. Just call the number out there. The doctor will respond to you. Mr. Liu, please, can doctor react to this scabies in humans, not animals, please?
Those are things when I started as a apprentice. My first medicine that I discovered in 1996 was medicine for skin disease.
Okay.
And it is a delegation of public health that even stopped it, advertised. People were coming to the delegation of public health in Boya, getting it and treating. They were the first, those who even took me to the radio and even advertised it. People were coming and getting it at the delegation of public health because there was a common disease called Kum Leonard, a fungal infection. No medicine could cure. My medicine is the one that cured nearly everybody. I was taught at the delegation of public health.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, good evening, doctor. I have a brother who pulse is coming out of his penis, and when his penis is up, it pains him. Okay.
No, it's an acute or chronic infection. Let the person come and consult, so that will send to the lab to diagnose to see what is wrong.
Okay. I'm called Divine. Doctor, when are you coming to Yaoundé? Call doctor, please. Good evening, doctor. My mother had a stroke 18 months ago and she's okay now, but from her kneecap to her toe, she's unable to walk on her own. She's complaining that her legs are heavy and at times paining her. Michael is writing from Bamenda. This one says, good evening, Dr. FRU. I'm really enjoying your program because it sounds very educative to me. I'm writing all the way from Mokolo in the far north region of the Republic of Cameroon. King Kong Wilson Bank said, what of someone who is not more sexually active as a result of emancipation? I don't know what it means.
Maybe it means masturbation.
Okay.
Yes, you know, when you masturbate, it affects you psychologically. You know, people who masturbate, you know, we have carried a lot of research and we try to know why women who masturbate, they lost and they don't really enjoy sex with a man, and men who masturbate, they don't really enjoy sex with a woman. We discovered that it affects them psychologically. Then the man, when the man is masturbating, he conditions his mind and know how to control the pressure of his hand to grip tight and so on. At times they grip with very high grips, and the pressure makes them to feel more sensation. And but when they enter a woman, the woman does not grip them the way their hand grip, and they don't feel that sensation that their penis has been used to that high pressure. They don't even enjoy the woman again because the woman cannot grip, the fire cannot grip the penis again hard like the way their hand grip. The women who masturbate, they know area that they touch within their skin, touch here, see their body to enjoy. But once they go now with the man doesn't know those secrets. The penis cannot also touch those places. They don't really enjoy again the way they do with their hand. That is why we advise people not to do that, because when you do that, it affects you psychologically.
Okay. Hello, Leo. Please ask doctor how one can get medicine for internal pile, and how can you know that you have internal pile. His number is there. Please just call doctor after the program to get your answers. Good evening, doctor. Just been following your program on TV. When can someone meet you in your clinic? I have a health problem. Just call doctor. That's his number under the screen. He will tell you when. Good evening, sir. Please, I want to know if doctor can greet Gu Vitalis in Yaoundé. Can treat gout. Okay.
Yeah, I just talk about gouts here.
Yeah,
Gouts. Those things. Gouts, rheumatoid arthritis, rheumatism, all they fall under the same family. Even though gouts, there is accumulation of water and so on. There, those are easy things. People come with all their twisted, bent because of gout, knees swollen, arms, fingers swollen, gout, and we give treatment. They get well until they get straightened.
Okay.
Yes.
Greetings once more, doctor. I'm Bridget from Bonaberry. Can cataract be treated with traditional medicine or only by surgical operations?
They can treat with traditional medicine, but I'm not an expert in that.
Okay.
We have specialists who are good in that. I'm not an expert in treating cataract.
Good evening, doctor. I have learned a lot from you this evening. May God bless you and more wisdom. Mr. Oben writing from Douala. Good evening, Mr. Liu. It's Bertrand from Limbe. Please, what's the treatment for goiter? Please, can you just call doctor after the program? Good evening, doctor. Chinese medicine, which is almost gaining influence in Cameroon, developed strongly from the traditional medicinal research, highly funded at the state level. Contrary, in Cameroon, little or no support to traditional medicine research seems to be given by the powers that be. What do you think is the cause of such lack of collaboration and lack of support? Secondly, there is no sign of unity among traditional medicine practitioners. For example, we see teachers coming together to commemorate Teachers' Day, but no such unity is found amongst practitioners. Why? Okay, Mr. Kui is asking these questions.
Yeah, it's really true. Yes, we are really divided. There are so many factors involved. There are factors that, traditional medicine is just like the black man in the world. Just your color is a weapon. Your color alone threatens people of other races, because they see that you are the power, you are the bone of life. Your color alone is a weapon. And then when they just see all with that color, they start attacking you because your color alone start troubling them. So you see, traditional medicine alone is a threat. Just traditional medicine to the West. And our systems are under the grip of the West. They pump in money to the health sectors, pump in billions. And when they are pumping billions, there are strings tied to it. There are conditions given to it to make sure that they suppress all other medicines. Those are the strings.
Is that why there's no unity amongst you people?
Wait, no, let me come.
Okay.
No. So those strings are tied. And how can they operate to make sure traditional medicine doesn't develop? First is to divide, to make sure they are not really united. They plant people within us. Okay, for example, meeting will be organized for traditional medicine, health practitioners. By the time you go there, you see orthodox doctors full there, some pretend that they are also doing research in traditional medicine. They have their seeds planted among us to scatter us. See, in China is not still under the grip of the West, and that is why they are developing. We are still under the grip. We are still a colony. We are still slaves. So you cannot compare a free person with somebody who is still not yet free. We are still under the grip of the West. So they have their tentacles planted amongst us to make sure that we are divided. They don't want unity. And because of that, they plant the seed of disunity amongst us so that we will not be able to join together to cooperate to form, because they know unity is strength.
Okay.
And if China is developing, I like the way Mr. Kui puts it, that government is supporting. If I earlier said in this program that it is government policy, if the government decide that traditional doctors will unite within 1 month, within 1 month, that anybody who does not belong to this association created by the government will not practice medicine, within 1 month, everybody, then they come up with a board that will regulate traditional medicine. They say before you operate as a traditional medicine, you have to be tested, they have to see your worth, then they issue you license. Without license, you won't operate, then you have to belong to this. They give conditions. Traditional medicine will unite just within a month. If the other orthodox doctor, even though the government is supporting orthodox doctors, they are still very, very united.
Yeah.
Yes. If the government hand was not on orthodox medicine, they will be more divided than us.
Okay. Hello, Mr. Leogood's program. Please ask the doctor any problem for my sweating on my head, especially when I have headache. Okay, I hope doctor will say something. Good evening, Mr. Liu. Please ask Dr. Fu the treatment for women's worm. Mr. Liu, I mean the worm that causes miscarriage after 2 weeks. Okay, doctor, I've heard that. Good evening, doctor. What is the treatment for someone suffering from watery sperms? Kevin, writing in Bermuda. Hi, Dr. Fu. Tell us about epilepsy. I have 3 epilepsy sick people and so many others around. I am a Christian in Tatum.
Yeah, let me start with the worm, because that question has come about twice now.
Yeah.
I don't know what they mean by women worm. Yeah, when women have miscarriage or feeling piercing them, they just say women worm. Yeah, they come to me for more than 20 something years. They keep coming, women worm. I say, women worm, how is it like? women worm. Well, anyway, and the person says it's causing miscarriages. When you start having miscarriages, the women come to me, they have had about 10 pregnancies, 10 miscarriages, or they have stillbirths, or they give birth to the children, they die within a few months. There are so many things that can cause that. Infections. Under infection, chlamydia, syphilis, and other can cause that. Toxoplasma gondii can cause that. Most of the women who are having miscarriages is caused by Toxoplasma gondii. It is a certain parasite that falls under protozoans. That is one of the parasites that cause many people commit suicide. It's caused by that protozoa because control their mind. That is one of the most people are blind. It's caused by that parasite. Many people who have tumors, brain tumor, cancers, or toxoplasmosis in the head is caused by that parasite. It's a protozoa, not even a viral or bacteria. Before, when people have studied amoeba in school, amoeba is protozoa. Fall under that. So you see, people come and they have their own name, women worm. Yeah, I know there are worms in the system, that PS and so on, but what they are saying, women worm, all those things, is not. They let them come and consult. When you think you are having miscarriages or you're having those piercing and so on, you come and consult, we'll investigate to see what is wrong, we'll treat you, you'll get well. And then watery sperms. Once you start having watery sperms, know that you have a serious problem. It's a chronic problem. It means that you're already driving towards maybe azoospermia or oligospermia and so on. You come and consult. It means there's a chronic infection in you, something you have not yet handled. Then somebody talk of epilepsy. Yeah, epilepsy is an uneven movement of electricity in the brain caused by certain factors. It can be physical and it can be metaphysical. So when you are suffering from epilepsy, only an expert will be able to diagnose to see whether they are caused by physical factor, because there are some worms in the stomach that can produce certain toxins that will enter the nervous system and cause epilepsy. There are some factors like you can have certain diseases that will affect your brain and will make you to become epileptic. There are some negative energies that will cause you epilepsy. There are so many things that can cause epilepsy. It's only when you meet a professional who will be able to diagnose, know the cause of yours, and know what to give to heal you.
Good evening, greetings to you, Mr. Leo and Dr. FRU. I just want to ask Doctor whether it's advisable to drink juice within meals or after meals. I am Fon Koni from Kishon. Good evening, Doctor. I am 16, yet I still bedwet. What can I take to cure this? I am Angela, writing from womb. Oh, Angela, just call Doctor after the program. I'm sure he's going to help you. Hello, Doctor. Can scars in the eyes caused by toxoplasmosis disease are treated? Okay.
Yeah, with orthodox medicine, they say it has no cure. You only live on a symptomatic treatment. But thank God, over the year we have cured people, and last year we also came up with a certain product called paracetone T. That is what we have been using to cure all the cases of toxoplasmosis.
Okay.
So if you just go to the hospital and say you have been diagnosed of Toxoplasma gondii, yes, you can. Because when they diagnose, most of the time they don't even tell them what is wrong, because they see they know that there's no cure. They just leave it in their book. They don't even tell them. The next moment, blindness or miscarriages or mental problem, brain tumor, cancers. You see somebody just get. There are so many things that can cause in the body.
Okay. I'm sure
because it's a disease that people mostly get from cats and domestic animals.
Good evening, Mr. Liu. Your programs are so enriching. Congratulations to Dr. FRU. I really enjoy his teachings. Charles, writing from Yaoundé. Good evening to you, Charles. Good evening, Mr. Liu. I have a classmate who is suffering a lot. Please, I wish to ask the doctor whether he can cure autoimmune disorder. She said they went to a hospital in Douala and the doctor said she has the disease. When her blood was taken abroad, the doctor said she is suffering from the following diseases: lupus rheumatoid arthritis, and scleroderma. Please help this my classmate. She is going through hell. Can the classmate just
yeah, those are common diseases that most of our patients abroad, they are consulting for these autoimmune diseases, especially lupus.
Yeah, but yes. They should just call.
They just call, yes.
Okay, good evening, Doctor. I'm very much accept the fact that in the years to come, Africa will be the umbrella of the world. I once said this 15 years ago and was heavily laughed at by my friends. Thank you for thinking same. Henry is writing from Bali. Hello, Doctor. I have been suffering from running stomach for 2 weeks now. What can I do? I'm Barry Kels, writing from Douala. Doctor, can you send medications for syphilis? You are rewriting that. He says he can. Good evening, Leo. I love your programs. This is for Dr. FRU. Thanks for answering health questions. My dad is suffering from gastric problems. He's not able to eat, often vomiting. Do you treat gastric? I need your guide. Thank you, sir. I'm Kenneth, writing from Bamenda. Good evening, doctor. Can hepatitis B be treated with traditional medicine? If yes, how can it be saved without liver scan? Adrian, writing from Bamenda.
Yeah, I'll start with hepatitis B because it's very common. That is also another disease that they say has no cure. I think it should be about 15 years ago in the early 2000s, some nurses were deported from USA because they had hepatitis B. They came to Douala, directed them, they made me in Douala. I placed them on a 6-month treatment. They just tell I was in Yaoundé, and one just called me that I'm just from La Cantini, my test is negative. I said, but negative just 3 months? He said, yes. Then the other one, they took within 4 months, 5 months, they became negative, and they went back, and they wrote to me that they went back. Their doctors never believe. They said no, they came to Africa. They have cured them in Africa. So you see, we have the treatment. Last year we came up with one of the best treatment of hepatitis B. People just become negative within 3 to 4 months. Before we're giving treatment 6 months and above. Now it's just 3-4 months. It's very cases that don't really respond to the treatment that take above that. 3 to 4 months, people get healed of what they were saying there's no cure. Even people have liver cancer. There are many hospitals in Douala when they diagnose people with those big tummy liver cancer and so on, they send to me because they have seen miracles. People declared that they have just a few days to die and they can't cure them. I have that is hepatitis B has become the easiest viral infection for us to cure because most viral infections like HIV, people take treatment for long. The other viral infections take long, but hepatitis B has become like measles, chickenpox, and other viral infections that we give treatment just for a short while, and they get healed. Yes.
Good evening, Mr. Liu. Ask Dr.
And to add to that, we are carrying out this promotion period. All prices of medicine have gone down, so people who have hepatitis B should even see that opportunity to get their medical prices have gone down. They can easily get the treatment.
Okay. Ask Dr. Fru if women's solution can treat fibroids. I'm sure you've said that already. From Ashu Michael in Kumba. My body is scratching. What do I do? Please help me. Can you just call doctor after the program? Good evening, doctor. My daughter is having convulsion. Amadu is writing from Bamenda.
Yeah, I would not even like people to call me immediately after program because I hardly pick calls from 6 upward. I don't pick calls before 8 a.m. I don't pick calls because that will just disturb. Call me between the regular working hours that you can know that you can go to any office in Cameroon and it's open. Yeah, except in case of emergency, you can call me at all hours. So people should not just because you have my number, you just call anytime you like disturbing. So call me at the appropriate time unless it's an emergency.
But how would you know whether it's an emergency?
No. I've been working for more than 25 years. I discovered that emergency cases, they don't come to me, they go to the hospital.
Okay.
Because I used to pick calls even at midnight, pick at 1 a.m. for more than 20 years. I've taken statistics for 20 years. I discovered that people come to me with chronic diseases that have moved around and no cure, they come. They are not mostly emergency. When people have emergency, they rush me to the hospital. The white man own. Yes. So when they move around, they say, oh, go and see Dr. Fru. So the emergency hardly come.
Okay.
Yes. So
let me take some messages. We are almost going out. Hi, Dr. Fru. Good evening. If someone has menstrual bites, what can the person do? It's really killing me. Menstrual bite. Hello, Mr. Leo. Good program. Please ask doctor any problem for my sweating on my head, especially when I have headache.
Yeah, the person has insisted. Yeah, if you are sweating on your head, it means you have a disease and it's affecting you. You come and consult because we have seen there are some people who have blood pressure, they sweat on their head. Some they have parasite like toxo, they'll be sweating on their head. Some because they have typhoid, they'll be sweating on their head. Some people will be sweating on their palms. Some people will be sweating on their armpit. Some people will be sweating under the sole of their feet. Symptoms of disease can manifest in different areas in different people. You can have a particular disease. Somebody will having pain on the leg with the same disease. Another person will having pain on the head. But it doesn't mean that the problem is in the head. So if you have such a problem, we'll do some clinical diagnosis and also carry out some laboratory diagnosis to ascertain what is wrong.
Okay, please, doctor, are you an expert in epilepsy? You do that?
Yes, I'm an expert in epilepsy.
Okay, greetings to you, Mr. Liu and Dr. Fru. I just want to ask doctor whether it's advisable to drink juice within meals or after meals. I am from Koni, writing from Kishon.
The person is insisting again. Yeah, it depends on what the person call juice. I'm surprised that when people go around buying things that have been bottled and put artificial stuffs and they call juice. Juice, what is juice? The juice of what? Is it juice of plants? Juice of chemicals? Juice of mangoes? Juice of leaves? Or juice of what? Because juice means you have juice something. What do they mean by juice? The juice of what? Juice of leaves?
Yeah, but at least say what? What if it is natural fruit juice?
Okay, if it's natural fruit juice, I earlier said don't take fruits after meals. Take fruits in an empty stomach. If they are non-acidic fruits, you take them in the morning. They are best. People who fast, who do water therapy in the morning. After that, they eat only fruits and they don't eat any other cooked food. They eat only fruits in the morning period and no fruits. They live healthier and longer than people who get up in the morning and just go and take the cocoa and yams and things that pound and be packing in their stomach. So when you get up in the morning, first thing you do water therapy, you clean, flush out the dirt in your stomach. Don't take food and put in dirty old sour food that you put the previous night. It's still there in your stomach. You get up and put new food to go and mix with the sour food, fermented food in your stomach. You clean, you take water to clean. After that, you take fruits to continue. You start eating food as from 2 p.m. That people get up in the morning, you see them, they are already, That's why I said people should not be following all what is written in books. Most of the things written in books, majority is junk. Forget whether they are written by PhD holder. You see, there is the common saying that in the morning, eat like a king. In the afternoon, eat like a prince. In the evening, eat like a beggar. That is false. How can you get up in the morning and load food in your stomach? It's like you ate last night in a dish. You ate a chew. You did not finish the chew. There is leftover. You get up in the morning. You have not cleaned the dish. You take rice. You put on top of it. You eat the thing mixed. There's still left order now. Chew mixed with rice. In the afternoon, you add a pound. Now people are sick. The first thing in the morning, you do cleaning. Even in your home, you clean. You clean your kitchen. You clean your dishes. You are putting food in that stomach. Have you cleaned that stomach? The food you ate the other day is in the stomach, fermented. Sir, there, have you cleaned it before putting new food? When you get up in the morning, first thing, you do water therapy after your meditation. You do water therapy outdoors. You drink 1 liter or 1.5 liter of water, even though some doctor will say it's too much. It depends on what they were taught in school. You drink a 1 liter of water or 1.5 liter of water. After that, you pee and you go and stool well. That is the beginning of the cleansing, now physical cleansing. After you have taken that, after about some 2 hours, you eat fruits. The best fruits in the morning is pawpaw. We advise pawpaw because pawpaw is anti-parasite. It has the enzyme papain that will kill so many things in your stomach. It will kill parasite in your stomach and so on. Then you can even eat banana to give you energy. Banana is one of the best source of energy in the universe. Banana even make people happy because it help you produce serotonin in the brain that make you happy. People who eat banana, they're always happy and smiley. It works in the brain, works in your kidneys, help you a lot. Eat bananas to keep you happy, especially students. Eat bananas to keep you happy and sharp in school. Then when you do that, you fast now on fruits. Then around 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4, you eat now the nonsense you cook and that you call food, dead food, you cannot eat. And then after 4 p.m. or so, you don't eat again. You can only eat some natural things. And you make sure you stop eating 4 hours before bedtime. Then you don't drink too much water at night. You drink 1.5 in the morning. By midday, you drink 1 liter. By 4 p.m. you drink 1 liter. They always drink water when you are not. When you are not thirsty, you drink water is medicine. You don't drink water only when you are thirsty. When you drink water when you are not thirsty, it works in you better than when you are thirsty and you drink water.
Okay.
At night, don't drink much water because when you drink much water at night, it still affect your kidneys when you need to go to bed because your kidneys need to rest.
Okay. This one says, I'm enjoying the program, Mr. FRU. It's just wonderful. The only thing about him is that he is shouting. However, he's a good doctor. May God continue to bless him. Okay, Bertrand, good evening to you. Good evening to you, Mr. Leo and Dr. FRU. Please ask Doctor what can be the cure for gastric ulcer. Zocha Otis writing from Chang. Good evening, Dr. FRU. I'm Tanya Nadesh. I have a chronic stomach pain. I want to know how I can handle it. Good evening, Mr. Kum and Dr. FRU. I'm Claude in Yaoundé. I would like to know what is the cause of my urine not coming out with pressure and reduced manhood. Good evening, doctor. I'm 16 yet I still bedwet. What can I take to cure this? Angela from womb. Angela, just call doctor. Doctor already said he has a cure.
With the one with urine not coming out. I can't take.
Okay.
Once you start as from 35 upward, you have to start checking your prostate gland. Once you start urinating and urine is not coming out, you carry out tests of STIs. If you carry out tests of STIs, if there is no STI, they check your prostate. Or if there is STI, you treat. If the problem is still there, you check your prostate. Go and carry out prostate echography. And you also do the prostate specific antigen test, like PSA. You check all of that so that you should not live in ignorance. By the time you discover maybe his prostate become cancerous.
Okay, yes. I have prolonged body itching. when scratching a swollen spot come out of the body. He has also been insisting.
Yeah. Then somebody say, oh, they love Dr. Fru, but it's just like shouting. It's my nature. That's how I'm a revolutionary doctor for cause change. People cause change. That's how they talk.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
So with the skin itching, so many things can cause itching: filaria, fungi, syphilis, chlamydia, allergy. So many things can cause itching. So it's good for the person to consult so that we know what is wrong.
Doctor, I have been treated for syphilis, but right now I still have little pains inside my penis. I need help. Doctor, can you just call doctor using the numbers on your screens? Hi doctor, where are you based? Good evening, Mr. Liu and doctor. Wish to know where you are based. Jude is writing from Garwa. Good evening to you, Jude. Hi doctor, please, what is the cause of prolonged coughing and chest pain? Hello, doctor. Greetings and greetings to you too. Thank you, doctor, and my media prime for such a rich program. I'm highly impressed. Edwin is writing from Bomenda. I have not understood about convulsion.
Yeah, let me first respond to that of cough. There are people who cough because they have gastritis, they have ulcers and infected by bacteria. That's why they cough until they treat the gastritis. When they treat the gastritis, the cough will disappear. Some cough because they have upper or lower respiratory tract infections, and that is why they cough. Some cough because maybe they are allergic to certain situations, or allergic to dust or certain particles or certain things they are allergic. That is why they cough. Some cough because they have growths in their lungs. We need to be treated like those cases that people come to me. They have been suffering cough for more than 20, 30 years. We have to give treatment that dissolve growths in the lungs and so on before they get healed. So many things can cause coughing. Some too is due to negative energy, that you need to flush out negative energy before they get healed.
Negative energies.
What you go to church and say evil spirit or witchcraft and so on, we call them negative energies.
Yeah, but I'm sure there is a question that we have not answered also.
Then convulsions. The question,
Amadu in Bomenda.
that do we treat convulsions like epileptic convulsions, because you have different types of convulsions. Yes, but most of the epilepsy is a convulsion of a different degree. Yeah, we treat epilepsies. I think I've already responded to that. That we treat epilepsy. I even explained what can cause epilepsy and so on. So
but
if
the person with convulsion should call you.
Yeah, the person should call.
Okay, just
Yes.
call doctor. Please, doctor, I have just one test. So what can be my problem and solution? Hans is writing from Douala.
No, if you have one testy, there's no problem. As long as the testy is producing sperm, there's no problem.
Okay, I hope you are not too worried. Good evening, doctor. I want to ask if there is any treatment for kidney stones. I'm Noella from Malingo.
They are simple treatment. You just drink. The first treatment of kidney stone is water. You get up in the morning, you drink, because people who develop kidney stone, people who don't drink enough water. People always hold urine to show that they can keep urine for long. You develop kidney stone. You don't drink enough water, you develop kidney stones.
Okay.
So you always take enough water, do water therapy. You can take water with lemon. You can boil corn silk and drink. There are so many things you take. Drink a lot of water. But if it doesn't go, see us, we help you flush them out.
Doctor, one last question. We are out of time.
Yeah.
Many persons are also raising fears because of the existence of many quacks, charlatans in your midst. What should be done to clean up the sector?
Well, there are quacks, charlatans in traditional medicine or African medicine, just like there are quack charlatans even licensed in orthodox medicine. You go to the mortuaries are full. People are dying every day. You go to even those selling even just bread along the roadside. There are bad ones there. There are quacks. You go in all professions in life. There are quacks, and even in journalism, there are quacks, charlatans everywhere. But we do everything to differentiate ourselves, and people will now we separate the wheat. We naturally be differentiated from the harvest.
Okay.
Or from the crops.
Okay, we end with this promotion. You say you are doing a promotion now?
Yeah, promotion is going on. Operation Help the People. It started on the 1st of April. Actually, it was 31st of March. 31st of March. It will end on the 31st of May. 2 months promotion. Prices of medicine have been slashed down. So people who used to buy bitter tea, women's solution, men's solution, try me and so on, all the prices have gone down. Price of treatment have been greatly slashed down.
Okay.
Yes.
The prices have been
they should follow our program adverts on TV. They will see the prices. Yes.
Okay. We have to end at this juncture. We want to say thank you for coming.
It's always my pleasure being here to talk to the people.
Okay, and thank you to you two who took time off to watch the program, and also immense thanks to the production team. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.